Every year, thousands of international students come to Canada with hopes of building a better future. But recent reports involving some Portage College graduates in Alberta remind us that understanding Canada's immigration policies is just as important as choosing the right school. In today's Maple Country story, I'm sharing my perspective as a former international student, not to assign blame or offer legal advice, but to help future students make informed decisions about studying in Canada. In this video, we'll discuss about what happened, the lessons every future international student should learn, why verifying information yourself matters, and how to avoid costly mistakes when planning your journey. My hope is that this conversation encourages future students to ask better questions, do their own research, and make confident decisions about one of the biggest investments of their lives. Please note that this video is for educational purposes only and should not be considered legal or immigration advice. Every journey has a story, and some begin with excitement, others begin with uncertainty, and for thousands of international students every year coming to Canada, their story begins with one decision: to leave everything familiar behind for the hope of building a better future in Canada. I know that feeling because I lived it. I came here as an international student with a suitcase full of dreams, a lot of questions, and faith that if I worked hard and followed the rules, I could build a life here. That journey wasn't always easy, but it taught me lessons I'll carry for the rest of my life. And that's exactly why I started this channel, to share real stories, real experiences, and real lessons that can help others write their own Canadian journey. Today, I want to talk about a story coming out of Alberta that caught my attention. Not because I want to point fingers, not because I have all the answers, but because I believe there's something every future international student can learn from it. Hi everyone! Welcome back to Maple Country Stories. If you're new here, my name is Queenie. I'm a former international student, now a permanent resident, and I work in human resources here in Alberta. On this channel, we will talk about the real side of building a life in Canada, immigration, careers, settling in, and the stories that shape our journeys. Because every journey has lessons worth sharing. If that's the kind of content you enjoy, I would love to have you here, so consider subscribing. Now let's get into today's story. So over the past several days, there has been significant discussion surrounding reports involving some graduates from Portage College in Alberta who say they were refused post-graduation work permits or PGWPs. Portage College has publicly stated that it is seeking clarification from Immigration, Refugees and Citizenship Canada or IRCC and has encouraged affected graduates to seek legal advice where appropriate. Because this situation is still developing, I'm not here to determine who's right or wrong. That's not the purpose of today's video. Instead, I want us to ask a different question. What can all of us learn from this? Because regardless of how this particular situation is ultimately resolved, the lessons are valuable for every future international student considering Canada. So why this hits me personally? This story stayed with me not because I studied at Portage College, not because I know everyone involved, but because I remember what it felt like to be an international student, counting every dollar, working part-time, missing birthdays and family gatherings back home, wondering whether all the sacrifices would eventually be worth it. When you are an international student, you're not simply paying tuition. You're investing years of your life. You're investing your family's hopes. Sometimes you're investing your parents' life savings. That's why decisions about your education deserve the same level of research and care as any major investment. If I could summarize everything into one sentence, it would be this: nobody will care about your future than you do. Not your agent, not your consultant, not your classmates, not influencers, not Facebook groups, not even your school. Because if something unexpected happens, the person living with the consequences is you. People often ask me, how did you navigate your journey? And the answer is actually simple. Whenever someone gave me immigration advice, I ask myself one question: where can I verify this? Not who told me, but where is it written? Because immigration policies aren't based on opinions, they're based on laws and official policies. And there are 5 lessons every future student should learn from this situation. Lesson 1 is always verify information yourself. Even if your agent is experienced, even if your consultant is licensed, even if your friend has already gone through the process, use the official IRCC website as your primary source. Think of agents and consultants as guides, not replacement for your own research. Lesson 2, research the school and the specific program. Many students only check whether the school is recognized, but that's not enough. Understand how your chosen program fits within current PGWP requirements and other immigration policies. The details matter. Lesson 3, immigration rules change. What was true back in 2021 or 2022, back in my day, may not be true today. Canada updates immigration policies regularly. That's why research shouldn't stop after you receive your letter of acceptance. Stay informed throughout your studies. Lesson 4, never make life-changing decisions based solely on social media. TikTok, Facebook groups, YouTube videos, including mine, should be the starting point, not the final answer. Always verify with official sources. And last but not the least, lesson 5, always have a plan B. Life is unpredictable, policies change, economies change, your health can change. Having multiple options does not mean you expect failure. It means you're preparing wisely. In my message to future international students, despite everything happening, I still believe Canada offers incredible opportunities. Canada changed my life. It gave me an education, a career, a new home, and opportunities I never imagined growing up in the Philippines. But here's what I want every future student to remember. Don't come to Canada because somebody promised you permanent residency. Come because you have carefully researched your options. Come because you understand the risk as well as the opportunities. Come with realistic expectations, and most importantly, come prepared to advocate for your own future. To everyone affected by this situation, I genuinely hope you receive clear answers and fair treatment through the proper processes. I can't imagine how stressful this must be, and whatever the final outcome, I hope this experience leads to better communication, greater transparency, and helps future students avoid similar uncertainty. Sometimes the biggest lessons don't come from our own mistakes, they come from watching from what others experience. And the situation encourages even one future student to read official policies, ask better questions, and make more informed decisions, then something positive can still come from it. I want to leave you with one final thought. Your education isn't just a ticket to another country. It's one of the biggest investments you'll ever make. Treat it like one. Research it, question it, understand it, because informed decisions create better futures. Thank you so much for spending a few minutes with me today. If you found value in this video, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps the channel reach more people who may need this information. And please subscribe to Maple Country Stories for more honest conversations about immigration, careers, life in Canada, and the stories that shape our journeys. We would also love to hear from you in the comments about what's one piece of advice you'd give someone planning to study in Canada. Let's help future students make informed decisions together. Until next time, stay informed, stay hopeful, and keep writing your own Maple story. Maple Country Story. Thank you, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.